A wonderful evening, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe and also beyond our borders. We are taking a look on what Dr. Walter Mzembi has suggested regarding the 2030 agenda. It seems as if the Team G40 now want this thing to be quickened. They are tired of Emerson Mnangagwa playing games in power. They say somehow 2030 Mnangagwa vanenge vachitonga is a fatal attraction of safety of sorts. It's power sweet and dangerous at the same time. Safety numbers and mob psychology kind of creates a sense of invincibility for those pushing this agenda, just as the mob that condemned Jesus and reprieved Barabbas. The sooner this matter is brought to a referendum, the better for national progress. And this is something which is very important. So Dr. Walter Mzembi is challenging Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa to bring the matter of 2030 to referendum kana achiti ane simba. And he says, otherwise, at this stage, ZANU-PF thinks that what they resolve in their partisan meetings stands at national level, and the accompanying energy is very toxic for those outside their groupings. So this is what Dr. Walter Mzembi is saying. He's actually challenging Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa and his friends to actually bring forward the 2030 agenda so that they look at it and they deal with it at the national level through a referendum. And it's very, very important to note that the major question is Emerson Mnangagwa ready to face this matter through a referendum? He knows for sure that is likely going to lose that election if that is allowed to happen. But I will tell you one thing. If you go to the military people, there are mixed reactions as for the issue of term extension. There are people who believe that they also need an opportunity to get into power. So those people within the securocrats, they are actually pushing for 2030 agenda to happen. But they just want to strike and stop it soon after it has been passed. Which means if it is to go through a referendum at this point in time, there is a great possibility that it might sail through per referendum. It might sail through per referendum because ZANU-PF will need to commandeer everyone. Then it will take a very, very, very huge toll on President Advocate Nelson Chamisa to decampaign this at national level. So that is the reason why you are seeing unionists there everywhere trying to say Chamisa ngatidai, Chamisa ngatidai. They are scared that if the referendum comes, then it will then affect them. You know, I was talking to one of the war veterans 2 days ago, and you know, he said ZANU-PF itself is scared that if 2/3 if terms are extended, Chamisa might end up benefiting from them. This is a conversation yakandinakidza. I had never thought about that about it in such a in that line, but it came to my attention that if no, so let's say Mnangagwa proceeds to extend term limits or to remove term limits, then immediately after that, Nelson Chamisa gets into power as president. They are scared that if Nelson Chamisa then decides to contest again, it will be disastrous to them, because once Nelson Chamisa gets into power, the only thing which is going to remove him from power, number one, it will be when God's time is come, or he decides to say, I'm now leaving, or the term limits. So you can actually see that that is one of the biggest fears which they have, to say, if we sail this program through, what if Nelson Chamisa comes into power? How are we going to deal with this? Because probably Nelson Chamisa is trusted by the business sector, is trusted by the all angles or all stakeholders in the economy. The majority of the stakeholders in the economy, they trust Advocate Nelson Chamisa, which means if he is given an extension of term, he is likely going to also win the election. That is, if he is willing to contest again. Chris says, why are you discouraging something that can potentially lead to infighting and implosion? What humanity prays for? Okay, so answer, beware of Ides of March did not stop Julius Caesar from meeting his fate. Okay, this language from Dr. Mzembi, I can't. So answer, 2025 should be the year of the people. Let's ignore this charade. Okay, so it seems as if Sevia Kasukwere is confirming that they are now targeting 2025 for the year of action. I do not know if the G40 is going to do something else in 2025, or they are relying on Mnangagwa making a mistake in 2025, then a coup happens or whatever. So we'll be waiting to see the action plan yet Team G40, which what does it look like? So Sibu Njovu says zvichanetsa pamberi apo kuzovashupa pambili. Let's just watch and see. It's a high time all true forces that stand against this dictatorship government to be serious and resolve all differences and confront this one elephant in the room. Otherwise, okay, this is Azganzi. Do ED really want a third term? You get it. Okay. If ED really want a third term, you get it. Mfanda Edza is misleading. ED will never get a third term, no matter the circumstances. Number one, has makore mazhinji iye pachake. Number two, utano chaiwo ama one. Number three, you can actually see that Zimbabweans, young Zimbabweans are now the majority. And change is definitely moving with technology coming in. Patinozondonzi tasvika kumanana 2028 uku kutaura chokwadi zvinhu zve zvachinja kumaruwa uko. It won't be a walk in the park. It won't be easy at all, which means Mnangagwa cannot rely onto that. So this is something else. But remember, ZANU-PF people are the most affected, especially the likes of Vana G40 Baba. These are the most affected. Mama June, thank you very much for coming. A very good afternoon. How are you? So thank you very much for this contribution as well. So if you look at it, in my own view, it's very, very difficult for G40 to outmaneuver. That is the reason why they are calling for things to happen very, very quickly. And when tensions are still there, General Chiwenga cannot be trusted by Team G40. They can't rely on General Chiwenga. They can't trust General Chiwenga to then make a move against Emerson Mnangagwa. Yes, you will try, or you try to shake, or you try to resist, but he can't be trusted at this point in time. The only person who can be trusted in this whole issue of change, the man we need to pray for, is Valerio Sibanda. Let us continue to pray for Valerio Sibanda, because he's a man who carries a very, very, very important decision. The way he is going to act is what is going to influence change in Zimbabwe. So we need to pray that he is used by God to make that move, and we'll continue to actually pray for that. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. I just want to thank you, every one of you, for coming live here on Africa and Beyond Television Network, as well as on Ronald Makusha. Thank you very much for following us. Thank you very much for coming and for the support. Your contributions are of much importance. Make sure that you like, you comment, you share, and also you subscribe.